Earthling.
Carolyn, when do we start recording typically? Right now at the 2-minute warning? Okay, thank you.
We need to split you two up.
I was gonna say, is this front row right here gonna cause it?
They're always a problem.
This one, right? Can't take them anywhere.
Okay, I flipped over.
We don't care.
We can get the front row to settle down. We'll get started. I'll call the December meeting to order. We'll start with a pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, have my board members had a chance? Oh, thank you. And that mic probably needs turned on. Thank you. The board members had a chance to look at the November minutes.
Yes.
Okay. If there are no additions or modifications, I'll entertain a motion to approve. Motion approved. From Russell, can I get a second, please?
I'll second.
Jenny? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. I have one cemetery deed. The payroll vouchers. As all the board members had a chance to look at the attachments to the emails. Payroll, okay, I will entertain a motion that we approve these.
Motion.
Dolores, got a second from Glenn. All those in approving, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Thank you. Got one cemetery deed. The folder down to that. Okay, the annual service contracts with the Kiwanis and Fire Department. We also have one for Main Street that is pending for 2025. They're in the hands of the attorney, and I believe they've been sent via email to the organizations for 2025 so they can see them.
Not until Alex reviews them.
Okay, they go to Alex first, then go to the organizations. But we do have checks tonight. Who wants to receive it for the Kiwanis Club for the end of 2024? Dan, I was told you're the new president. Is that correct?
Yep. All right.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And Mr. Gant, can you receive the one for the fire department? And in 2025, the fire department, I believe, is Kiwanis getting an increase? I know okay, fire department is the intent. Thank you, sir. Okay. Police officer contracts. We have two contracts here, one for Joe Talkington and one for Luke Lozier. These are for a one-year term. I don't see either of them here. Inquiring Minds, Joe Talkington, current salary rate $2,538.46, paid in biweekly compensation. Luke's, the deputy, current salary rate $1,923.08, paid in biweekly compensation. From the board's perspective, can I get a motion? We can do them separate, or can we do these together? Separately? Okay, for the town marshal contract for Joe. Okay, I've got a motion from Russell that we renew it. Get a second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor, all those signify by saying aye, please.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. So, okay, so for Luke, the deputy marshal, I've got a motion from Jenny that we approve his contract. Can I get a second on that?
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor of renewing Luke's contract, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Thank you. Right. I've got a write-in. If you picked up a copy of the agenda, I don't think the town attorney was on there, but I'm told by Gloria Alex that this is not unchanged from last year.
Correct.
So Alex charges us $150 an hour for legal representation, legal assistant $85 an hour, starting January 1st through December 31st, 2025. And these are the same rates as last year. I get a motion to approve the contract for our town attorney.
I will.
Okay, got a motion from Dolores, got a second from Glenn. All those in favor of this signify by saying aye, please.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Thank you. You want to sign this now or later, Alex? Okay. Okay, SIRPC representative, that's the Southeastern Indiana Regional Planning Commission. We appointed Russell last year, but apparently the connections didn't get made. but we've got a form here. Does this get scanned and emailed to SIRPC or?
Yes.
Okay. And Russell is willing to give it another try.
The meeting schedule for next year is in that packet.
Yeah, it's right here. So we can give that to him. Looks like they meet on Wednesdays. Like it's the second Wednesday of the month. And they meet, full board meetings are held at noon at the Versailles Community Center. And then there's executive board meetings held at 9:30 in the SIRPC office. And I don't know if Westport is a member of the executive board or not. I think you have to be appointed to that. So that would mean we would attend probably quarterly. January, April, August, and October. And if Russell's out of town, I thought by proxy I could go, or Dolores or Jenny, or even. So, okay, I will make a motion to reappoint Russell as our SIRPC representative. Can I get a second?
So move.
Glenn, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Russell, RUSSELL.
Right.
I'll finish this. There is blanks for elected officials down here at the bottom, so we'll all sign this. Maria, don't let me forget to finish this after the meeting.
You're right, better not.
Okay, SIRPC Commonwealth. Rachel, you can come on up if you want. I'll need this back down here with me when you're done.
I think everyone has a copy of my memo, and the schedule should be on the back, yeah. So, not too many updates this time. Construction still hasn't broken ground. So at this time, they're looking at a January 2nd mobilization date. They should be doing a survey, some survey work prior to then, but we don't have a date yet. So my guess is that'll be January as well, pending weather.
Is that for the lift station?
Yes, lift station.
Okay.
They did do the pre-construction video, so we do have record of that. I'll make sure you guys have access to it via the file management system. That's it, no pay applications so far. On the back of this, I don't know if you got both sides of it. I just put some regulatory updates that from Brady, our compliance manager. And I don't know if there was one item he asked to get signed, and I don't know if that got sent back to him yet, or if that's something we need to present tonight. It was emailed 11:25.
I printed it, Rachel. I didn't know if it was signed because it went to multiple people, so I wasn't sure, but I did go ahead and print it.
Okay, I think Brian needs to sign it, I believe.
What is this now?
This is the agreed order for the 2024 case, the one that Brady sent over.
I thought I had signed this.
I wasn't sure if it was the same one or if it's a different one, because
This
we did
should
sign
have-
one.
This should have been the one that was the end of November. So if that's the one you signed and got it back to him, then we should be good.
Let me take this home
Yep,
and I will check tonight.
no problem. You can just email it back to him. That'll be fine. Yep. That is the only thing I believe I have to present this month.
The December 12th meeting,
Mm-hmm.
Takumi called me today. I'm not going to be able to attend, but I believe Russell is going to be able to be there, and Dolores both.
So I'm not available on the 12th. If we want to reschedule it, we could do that if that would work better for your schedule, Brian.
I'm,
What?
they moved Andrew's appointment till 9:30 Thursday. I
Okay.
might be pushing it to be here. Bye.
Well, I guess I would leave that up to you.
Okay,
We can at least have one board member there, Russell. I definitely want to meet in December before the end of the year.
yes.
So either make this happen or you find a date when you're available.
I'll touch base
and
tomorrow.
let's float an update.
Yep. I'll touch base tomorrow and we'll see when the contractor's free. Or would you be free the following week, like Thursday or Friday? I think it's the 19th, 20th,
As
20th.
far as I know,
Okay. We can email or call tomorrow too, get something set up.
I've got a sewer project update on the 19th. I think I put that in the calendar at 1 o'clock. So,
Must have been rescheduled.
okay,
I'll double check tomorrow. If we can get a date that we're both free
okay,
and the contractor's free, I think that'll work better, but I think USDA likes to be there as well, so a lot of schedules to coordinate.
okay.
But yes, I would like to meet with them before the end of the year and get them to tell us something in concrete about when they're going to be here.
All right. Any questions from the rest of the board for Rachel?
I do know they're ordering materials at least. They've been sending us submittals and we've been sending them back. So hopefully that means they're getting everything lined up, ready to go.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Westport Christian Church.
Good evening, George Willett from the Westport Christian Church.
Good evening,
We had
George.
asked to come before you all because many, many months ago, we had come to the board with a plan to put a new building on our property so we could have more space for our community food giveaway. We thought, coming to the end of the year, we might want to give you an update.
Oh,
We've completed the first phase. The building is up. We have some plumbing put in. We're waiting to start phase 2 here in the next couple of weeks. The hope and the prayer is that we're going to be ready to start operating the end of February or the beginning of March of next year.
wow.
So currently, we're serving between 75 and 80 families a week. We're hoping with the new facility, the increased space, that we'll be able to start serving 150 to 200 families, as we'll also be increasing our hours of operation from 1 hour Monday to 6 hours. We also wanted to thank the board and all of the town employees. We know that you guys put a lot of work in to help us get through the regulations and all the things that need to be done for this project to go. So thank you for partnering with us, and we really hope to do more things in the community in the future. Any questions?
No, I do have some comments though. Related, I was contacted by a member of the business association on behalf of the high school wanting connections in the community for young people to get community service hours or whatever. Mike, I gave them you and Diane's phone number. I don't know if they've contacted you yet or not.
Yeah, she talked to him today.
Okay, all right. So that connection has been made then. I know you guys having a weekly thing. I don't know how much you need arms and legs, but being it's regular, I think it's something that the school might be able to get plugged into. Thought it might work well.
We can always use more help.
Okay,
So,
all right.
all right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, BZA Westport Area Representative. The Board of Zoning Appeals has a seat for a Westport Area Representative. That seat is currently held by Joyce Brindley. Her term is effectively expiring at the end of December. And I've known about this for a month or so. I've got training packets. I've got information I've sent to my fellow board members. But we need a resident to appoint, and I think the board would nominate and vote on this person to set on the Board of Zoning Appeals. Obviously, we don't have a name tonight. I have talked to Joyce, and she was willing to stay on January and February. while we do this search. If anybody is interested, you can contact any of the board members. We've all got the material. I don't have the hard copy with me tonight, but we've got it electronically of what this entails. The Board of Zoning Appeals, I don't think they meet every month, but they could meet as frequently as every month. And when they do meet, I believe it pays a $50, what do you call it? Stipend for each meeting that the person attends. Now, the downside is there's some, I don't know if everybody's been watching the solar issues, the solar farms that are trying to go in the county. There was a 1,700 acre solar that got voted down. There is now a 7,000 acre one that is on the agenda. I've been called twice by two different people about Joyce's seat, people being concerned about changing individuals in that seat midstream of an application such as the 7,000 acre solar. So Joyce has agreed to stay on through January and February while we conduct our search for a person to take her place. It cannot be a board member. It has to be a private citizen. So if, like I said, if anybody's interested, contact one of the board members here. You can contact Gloria at the clerk's office, and we could get the information to you so you've got something to look at. Joyce says it's a lot of reading. It's a lot of interpreting the county comprehensive plan and whether the projects that are proposed are consistent with the plan. You don't have to be, no disrespect, Alex, I don't think you have to be a lawyer, but you need to be willing to put in some time to research the projects that do come before the BZA and be willing to follow the plans and the rules, regulations that the county has put in place. It can get a little contentious at times. I think Harry Prey has served in the past on the BZA. But so for tonight, I would like to make a motion to reappoint Joyce Brindley for January and February. And hopefully by the February meeting, we can bring a name and actually vote on Joyce's replacement. So then I nominate her for 2 months, January, February next year. Can I get a second, please?
Either one of us was like,
Okay. All right. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay. The wage ordinance, second reading. So this is the ordinance 2024-7, ordinance establishing salaries, compensation for employees and elected officers. This will be effective January 1st. Effective January 1st, Town of Westport will continue a bi-weekly payroll period. The ordinance reflects bi-weekly payroll amounts. This goes through Town Council, Council President. I don't think she had any new copies of this. There were copies of this at the last meeting.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that-
Town Council, Council President, Clerk Treasurer, Town Marshal, Deputy Clerk Treasurer, Deputy Clerk, Superintendent of Public Works, Utility Worker 1 and 2. And we do have plus the reimbursement for alternative medical insurance coverage from August of 22 through December 23. Utility Clerk, we have part-time, cemetery and streets, part-time cleaning, part-time at the Westport Transfer, part-time community building manager. We have opening and closing of graves after hours and on weekends, and we have a cemetery overseer. Talks about overtime, talks about other benefits. All right. Do I open this up for public comment? Okay. I will open this up for public comment at this time. If anybody has any questions or any comments?
Well, I have one, and it's not, just kind of a silly question. I've had two people call me and ask me, what is a transfer? And I,
Yeah.
I could just tell them what it was, but they wanted to know why it was that.
And Terrell, if you do put in a letter and you want somebody to proof it, run it by me, because a lot of people affectionately know the Westport transfer as the dump.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I asked Corky what that transfer meant, and he explained it to me. Yeah. So,
They're transferring their trash to their,
Yeah.
our trash to their
yeah,
trash.
I did that when I was a boy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's making it sound less nasty, I guess. It is the dump.
Sandy had her hand raised.
Oh, yes.
Okay. It doesn't really say anywhere on there, but I'm assuming this is a 3% raise across the border for the employees.
3% except for the marshal and deputy marshal. Theirs was
Okay.
more like about a 6.5%.
Okay. I know this is the town council's first time to vote on the wage ordinance. My concern as a citizen is, as we go along, our wages go up 3%, 3%, 3%, which they compound. I want to make sure that we don't get to a point to where our wages are more than what the town can afford. 3% of somebody making $30,000 a year is a lot less than 3% of somebody making $60,000 or $70,000 a year. So just, it's not going to make any difference today, but just, in the future, don't just be thinking about the next year, think about the future of the town to make sure that, like I said, we don't price ourselves out of being able to pay our employees. And then the other question I have is, and I talked to Gloria a little bit about this at the last meeting afterwards, there is a deputy clerk annually, $1,100 on that, which from 2016 to 2022, or 2021, that was written as a dispatch position, which I believe used to be if you had a problem, you needed to talk to the Westport Police Station, you called Town Hall, they dispatched to the police station. And we don't have that position anymore. So my thinking is, why are we still paying somebody for a job that is no longer there? And just because we've paid them in the past, doesn't mean, if we paid Russell to mow the cemetery and he quit mowing the cemetery, we wouldn't just continue to pay Russell. I'm sure he'd like it. But that was another question that I had.
Anything else?
Just those two things.
Okay. The deputy clerk annual payment, I'm familiar with that a little bit. I believe the dispatcher pay has been in the budget since before I was on the town council the first time. The fact that everything goes through central dispatch in Greensburg now, I don't think precludes people still calling the town hall and wanting to leave messages for the police department. And I know there's other duties that this can cover. And Gloria, I'll let you speak a little bit
Sure.
on what else it might cover.
In 2022, we changed our phone systems, and I did a little research, and in June of 2022, we officially discontinued what we called a dispatch line at the town hall. And at that time, I reassessed our deputy clerk's job duties, and I determined that even though we did not have the dispatch line anymore, there was still quite a bit of extra duties that she was taking on that fulfilled me continuing to pay her that $1,100 that's listed on the wage ordinance. We've never increased it and put a raise on it or anything like that. I just consider it part of her pay. Part of that includes the notary services that she offers and has to be officially certified through the state of Indiana for every year. It also includes her taking on the Westport Water Sewer Utility office, because before that it was split duties between me and her, and I turned it over to her supervising that. So she became a supervisor over Carolyn, which is a little bit more responsibility. So I don't count it as a bonus, but we left it there as $1,100 because it's paid out once a year versus the rest of her income that is on a biweekly basis. The reason we did that was just to give her that amount in a different tax bracket versus like her regular payroll. But I did talk to her, and it's something that we could adjust if people do not think we should pay that out as a separate amount, because at this point, it is part of her job duties and it's just part of her regular benefits. It's not considered a bonus or a specialized amount of money at this point.
Okay, any other questions or public comment? Okay, we'll consider the public comment closed. I'll entertain a motion that we approve salary ordinance 2024-7 on second reading.
So move.
Can I get a second, please? A second from Russell. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you.
I would say that next year I would like to look at changing that.
Sure.
Lots of things need to be.
And there's only 3 columns for ayes and 3 columns for nays. It needs to be updated for 5-member board.
Okay. Just put your names under there.
Yeah. Clerk treasurer certification of compliance with municipal nepotism policy. Gloria has signed. I, Gloria Allenball, the elected clerk treasurer of the town of Westport, certify I have not violated the town of Westport nepotism policy in hiring and supervision of IC 36-1-20.2 as amended or supplemented relating to my relatives' employment with the town of Westport as described, as further described in resolutions 2012-3. I understand that relative means my spouse, parent, or step-parent, child or stepchild, brother, sister, stepbrother, stepsister, niece, nephew, aunt, uncle, daughter-in-law, or son-in-law, including half-bloods and adopted children. I intend for this to be submitted to the town council president prior to the end of this calendar year. I hereby verify under the penalty of perjury that the foregoing statements are true. Dated this 9th day of December 2024. I will accept that. Okay, Damon, Superintendent of Public Works report.
I don't have too much to cover tonight. I apologize. Told everybody that the sewer project would kick off in December, but contractors, as she stated, decided not to mobilize till January. Not sure what's up with that. They didn't really have a good explanation for that, did they? But that's what we've been told. The sidewalks and paving's coming to an end. I was finally able to prove the engineers are wrong on the height on the sidewalks in front of the post office. So the limit is 8 inches, not 10, as they were stating. So with help with the state, so I will be putting handrails from in front of the post office there from anywhere it's above 8 inches. We'll be getting a handrail there where nobody can step off of it, just so we can stay handicap compliant. So those are in the process of getting made. So as quick as they get made, I'll get them up.
Were the engineers just flat out wrong, or?
But they're wrong. It's not 10 inches, it's 8 inches.
Okay. Who found this?
I did. I got a hold of the state. The state finally helped me, and they led me straight to the curb compliance charts.
Okay.
And then the height is 8 inches, not 10. So
Thank you.
the quickest and easiest and cheapest fix at this point is just to put handrails up and
Okay.
keep people from using it. It's going to force them to use the handicap ramp, which is what it's there for. As quick as they can get them made, we'll get them painted and get them up. Shouldn't take too awfully long, a few weeks here. I mean, it is Christmas time, but as soon as they get done, we'll get them there. And just a reminder, the start in January, if the construction company gets here and gets started, the dump will be closed on Wednesdays because all the construction traffic. They asked that we'd close it on Wednesdays so nobody gets hurt or gets in the way of them. They'll still be open on Saturdays, but we'll be closed on Wednesdays through the week. So keep that in mind if you would. Does anybody have anything for me? I think that's all I have. Same hours, yeah, 7 to noon. No, I mean, everybody's used to noon, and everybody's usually done by noon, so I really didn't see the benefit to extend them. If the question comes up, we may be able to work something out if somebody can work it, but I don't think that'd be a big deal. But for now, we're going to stick to the same hours. And Westport Church, we haven't forgot about your water tap there. We'll try to get it in this week, but if weather works with us, we had a little emergency today we had to deal with, but if we can get you done, we're going to get you done as quick as we can. All right, thank you.
Okay, that brings us to the end of the agenda. At this point, I usually open it up. Public comments, anybody has anything, you're welcome to come up to the mic, get your 3 minutes, and come on up. Please state your name and address and why you're here, please.
Okay, my name's Karen Shelp and live at 904 North Kathleen Circle, Westport. Come today to see if we can have our water bill adjusted for this month. Normally, that's not an issue, but we had it adjust last month. And what we had is the water company called us on the Tuesday, October 22nd. Had a major water leak. By the time that we got somebody to finally come and get it, and we had to wait, we called for the utilities. We called them by Thursday. They didn't show up until Monday. We never even seen the leak from the water until that following Monday because it was underneath the cement slab on our back porch. So they had to cap it off, and we had somebody dig around it. And I brought my bill up to the town hall, and so they adjusted it. But I told them because they had all of the bills ready to go out, and it was in the mail thing. And I told them, I said, okay, what about next month? Because we're caught in the middle, and there was nothing we could do about it.
Yeah.
So we're just asking for one more time of adjustment. We do have it fixed. We turned everything in that we needed to.
Okay.
So that's what we're asking for.
Yeah. Carolyn or Gloria, do you know what the adjustment would be for the?
No,
I have it. It'd be about $100.
Okay.
Right at that, somewhere right
Okay,
there.
well, we've had leaks before that span a couple of months, and I don't think there's any problem. I've got no problem. I'll make the motion that we grant the adjustment here, and the reason they asked you to come to the meeting is, I think the office, correct me if I'm wrong, ladies, can grant one adjustment per year. If you need a second one in the calendar year, it has to come before the council.
correct.
Is that correct?
And I understand that,
Okay.
and I don't have an issue with it there.
Okay.
It's just that it just happened in between, and,
Not a problem.
but we appreciate it.
All right, so I made a motion. Who seconded? Or did I get a second? Russell? Okay, all those in favor of giving her the adjustment signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? All right, thank you. All right. Anybody else?
Where are we on the pickleball court?
Did we get the second?
We got second, we got one.
We don't have a third. We've committed 10,000 towards it. I saw Mike here.
I am working on the third. I got another company that I submitted to. They just haven't got it back to me yet.
Yeah. Getting companies to respond is a challenge today. I sympathize. Okay, Sandy, did I see your hand again?
I would just want to know if. Just, it wasn't on the agenda, but at the last meeting for the ARPA funds, after we did the pickleball and the tasers, there was like 15,000 left over. Just kind of wanting to know the status of that money.
That goes towards revenue lost is the way we receded in to make use of it.
Revenues lost?
That's
Yeah,
what-
we did an ordinance in 2022, I think, saying that any ARPA money that wasn't directly related to a project would just go back into the budget. It would be applied to the general budget for revenue loss, because anything under $1 million, you can just apply back to the budget. So by the end of the year, I will have all that dispersed probably into the marshal and deputy marshal's salary to compensate for that, which means we have that money back in the budget. We don't lose it.
All right, anybody else? Did I see another hand? No? Okay, on behalf of the town council here, folks, thank you for coming. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make the motion.
Got a motion from Jenny to adjourn. Can I get a second? Second. All those in favor of adjourning, say Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Thank you. We're adjourned.